Hi, I am going to demonstrate how to generate data in the HL7 format with the help of GenRocket. Each HL7 document consists of multiple HL7 segments, and each HL7 segment is represented by a GenRocket domain. For example, the message headers segment is represented by a message header domain, and the patient identification segment is represented by a patient identification domain, and so on. Each of the domains uses a segment data creator receiver to generate the data in a segment format. And then, with the help of the HL7 segment merge receiver, we merge the data and generate the HL7 output file. So now let's go to the GenRocket platform and see how we accomplish this. First, we create a project that contains a default project version. Here you will see that we have one domain for each of the segments. Let's go to the message header domain. Here you will see that it has different attributes that are configured for the particular segment. So here you will see that we have attributes for the message header, and each attribute has a generator assigned to it to generate a particular kind of data. Each segment domain also has a segment data. Each segment domain also has a segment data creator receiver assigned to it that generates the data in segment format. The next important thing to discuss is the loop count for this particular domain. This is because the loop count controls how many files need to be generated. And this particular domain, the message header segment domain, is the root domain, and the root domain determines the number of generated files based on the set loop count. Now, this particular segment has a relationship with the patient identification segment. So if we click on the node in the diagram, it will take us to the patient identification domain. And again, this domain has its own set of attributes and assigned generators for the data as per the requirement for this particular segment. It also has a segment data creator receiver assigned to it for generating the data in segment format. All of the segments are configured here. And finally, there is a merge domain that merges the data created by each different segment with the help of the HL7 segment merge receiver. The HL7 segment merge receiver merges the data into HL7 output format. And here you can see that it has its own set of HL7 parameters. Now, if we go to the project dashboard, you will see that there is one domain for each segment, and each domain has one scenario. The scenario is the one that actually generates the data. Instead of running scenarios one by one, we have what is called a scenario chain, which generates the data for multiple scenarios in a particular order. If we select the HL7 scenario chain, you will see each scenario and the order in which the data will be generated. It starts with the message header segment scenario and goes down through each one until it gets to the merge scenario. In the end, it merges the data with the help of the merge scenario to generate the data in HL7 output format. To generate the HL7 output files, you will need to download the scenario chain and then open a command prompt or terminal window. In our system, you need to pass the scenario chain through GenRocket Runtime to generate the data in HL7 format. Now you can see that each scenario is being executed to generate the data in segment format. And then in the end, there is a merge scenario that merges the data in HL7 output format. So if you go and check out the output folder, you will see that we have a Data1 folder. And within this Data1 folder, we have 10 HL7 output files because the loop count was 10 for the root domain. So here you can see that this is an HL7 segment file that has been created for a patient. If we open the second file, this is an HL7 file that has been created for another patient, and so on. This is how to generate data in HL7 format. Thank you.